Welcome to Thursday Night Lights High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Wendy's. We're at beautiful, historic Allen Amici Field in Kenosha as Kenosha Bradford takes on Kenosha Tremper. My name is Mike McGivern. I'm with Sports Radio 1250 WSSP, alongside Hall of Fame coach Ron Davies and the two head coaches for tonight, Jed Kennedy from Kenosha Bradford and Frank Matrice with Kenosha Tremper. Coach?
Well, Frank, you are now the longest tenured coach in the Southeastern Conference, and I know your win-loss record speaks for itself, including playing in the 2001 state championship game. Of more importance, I think, are the values that you and your staff teach your kids, lifelong values they'll lose long after they graduate. And also, Frank is a president-elect of the Wisconsin High School Football Coaches Association and was honored with a Positive Influence in Coaching Award last spring. Frank, could you ask for a better day? Biggest rivalry in the state, Tremper Bradford. Beautiful weather. Does it get any better than this?
This is outstanding, Coach. We're looking forward to a great game against a very good opponent who's well coached and well disciplined.
Well, you know, Frank, Tony O'Gully's not playing for you tonight, and Vontae Jackson isn't playing for Bradford, possibly the two best football players in the state. I'm sorry for the audience as well as for the coaches. Antonio's especially a big loss because he was first-team All-State offense and defense. But that was my main question for you tonight, Coach. How do you stop this explosive Bradford offense?
Well, first of all, we got to hope that Coach Kennedy doesn't get the football because he does some great things with that offense and he moves the ball very well. We're just going to have to come and play very sound defense and make sure that we get to the ball and are fast and quick and make tackles.
Okay, well, thanks, Coach, and good luck tonight.
Great, thanks, guys. Now let's talk to Jed Kennedy, head coach at Kenosha Bradford. Coach, great night for football. I think this is year 4 for you as far as, or year 5 for you as far as the Tremper-Bradford rivalry. This is the game that people talk to. If you're going to go to a game, this is the one to go to.
Yeah, I think, like we talk about, I think it speaks for the level of football that's played in Kenosha. Two very good football teams that I think are obviously two of the more consistent teams in this conference. In this game, not only does it typically speak for city bragging rights, it's also going to have a high stake in a conference champion. And second of all, playoff qualifying. So I think when you throw those three things together, it just creates a huge atmosphere and exciting game for our community and our conference.
They had mentioned the two guys that are missing tonight. Vontae Jackson, I just got a chance to meet. Man, what a great young man.
Yeah, I think the thing is, when he went down, everybody talked about his ability and what we lost. He's just a great kid. He's ranked in 23rd in his class out of 520 kids. He's a quiet kid. He's unselfish, and this was kind of his year to kind of be the guy. So I think that's what's disappointing. When you take the ability, just a bad thing that happened to a great individual.
The great thing about Bradford is they keep rolling. Guys that I haven't heard of putting up big numbers. We're going to get to a break. Other side of the break, we'll get over to Dick Basham and John Weiser for the keys of the game. This is Thursday Night Lights High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Wendy's.
It's Kenosha's version of the Civil War tonight from Amici Field as Kenosha Tremper will play host to state-ranked Kenosha Bradford, a Southeast Conference matchup tonight on Thursday Night Lights. With Coach Dick Basham, John Weiser with you. Glad you're along from Amici Field on Kenosha's beautiful south side. A series that's been dominated by Tremper, 34-15-1, but the last several years Bradford has come on, winning 6 of the last 8 matchups, including playoff games the last 3 years. And Dick, it's unfortunate here tonight we've got two of the outstanding running backs in the state, but unfortunately, neither one going to play.
Yeah, this is kind of a good news, bad news situation. And the two running backs that we're expected to see are both injured. Vontae Jackson was hurt in the first game, and Antonio Gully was hurt last week, and he's not out for the season, but he's at least out for this game. So both teams have to adjust, and that's what coaches get paid to do, and we'll see who makes the best adjustment.
Bradford had to make some adjustments, I should say. They've lost their big running back, Melvin Gordon, graduated last year, over 2,000 yards rushing. He's playing for the University of Wisconsin. You've got Gino DiBartolo, their quarterback from a year ago, responsible for almost 2,000 total yards. He's a quarterback at Army. So where are they turning here for that yardage on offense?
Well, they have a lot of guys who are going to play on offense, but we're going to talk about Quanzell Murphy, who has started every game since his freshman year. Now, normally he plays most of the time on defense, but Coach Kennedy tells me he's going to probably play all three different positions in the backfield tonight. And he, as I said, he's a 4-year starter. He's a great player. He's got a lot of skills, and he had over 500 yards last year and 14 touchdowns, so he knows what to do when he carries the ball.
Defensively for Bradford, they've got a player back there at free safety, Jerry Nash, an outstanding athlete.
Yeah, Jerry Nash is number 29. He's a free safety. He's going to be right in the middle of the defense. He started for 2 years. He's got 3 interceptions this year. He's got a punt return for back for a kickoff, and he's the leader of the defense, and they have a terrific defense, and I think that's probably what Bradford's going to hang their hat on tonight is their defense.
Tremper without their star running back Gully. They've got a good one in Mike Anderson, who's made his way back into the starting lineup. But when you talk to Frank Matrice, their head coach, he hangs his hat on that offensive line and Zach Niles.
Well, their line is going to have to get it done. They do have some capable running backs, but they don't have any as good as Tonio. But Zach Niles is their left tackle, and he's a 2-year starter. He's an outstanding student. He's a captain of the team. He's a leader of the line, and he's also going to be playing linebacker tonight.
Defensively, Andrew Buchanan, also an outstanding player for the Trojans.
Well, he's to do everything. He's their scholar athlete. He's an honor student. He has the lead in the play this fall, which is a musical. He's a good singer. Tarzan is the play. He's going to be playing linebacker on defense and wide receiver on offense, and he'll be returning some kicks too.
That's our leaderboard tonight, brought to you by Wisconsin Lutheran College. Academic excellence, Christian leadership. Time now for our keys to the game.
Well, for Bradford, I think they need to pressure the quarterback. I think Tremper's going to have to throw the ball probably to win the game. They need to pressure the quarterback. They need to hold Tremper at under 3 yards on first down, and when they have the ball, they need to run the football. Tremper, I think, needs to keep the ball on offense and shorten the game, tackle well on defense, and they need to protect the passer and give him a chance to throw.
The Trojans want to win the Southeast Conference. They have to defeat Bradford here tonight in front of a full house. We'll be back to Amici Field with our kickoff. Thursday Night Lights in Kenosha, sponsored by Wendy's on My 24. Set for our big game tonight, our Thursday night light matchup between Kenosha Tremper and Kenosha Bradford. Right now we're going to enjoy our national anthem as the Wisconsin National Guard will lead our color guard unit out to the field. And performing our national anthem tonight will be Tremper High School.
So proudly we hail as the twilight lessening, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets the bombs bursting in air, he proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? With our national anthem here tonight. Bradford Red Devils at 4-0 on the season, undefeated in conference play. Then you have Kenosha Tremper suffering their first loss a week ago against Muskego, and a tough battle there. And so, as I said in the open, if they want to win the conference championship, Tremper has to win this game here tonight.
Yeah, they've got themselves backed into a corner where they need help now in order to win a championship, and in order to do that, they certainly have to knock off Bradford.
and give them that one loss, and then those two teams will play later in the season. But anytime you have to depend on somebody else, that's not good. But at least you take care of business and hope you get the help.
Well, the Red Devils have dominated this series of late. It has been Tremper's series for a long time, 34-15-1 to the Trojans in this 51st meeting tonight. But Bradford has won 6 of the last 8 ball games. They posted 70 points on the Trojans a year ago in the regular season.
Well, I can tell you as a coach, that sticks in your craw a little bit. I never really felt that there was any reason you needed to score 70 points in a game. And I'm sure that they did substitute, but maybe a little bit late. And I'm sure that Frank's got that in the back of Frank Matrice has that in the back of his mind, but that was last year. He has this new team this year. They have a new team, and so you start over again.
Our ceremonial coin flip out at the center of the field. That is the mayor of Kenosha, Keith Bosman, along with the referee tonight, Neil Bruner. Keith Bosman, a big sports fan himself here in Kenosha, and really appreciates the high school athletics. You'll see him at both contests all the time here for Bradford and Tremper.
Well, they have 2 great facilities here to play football. Well, 3 if you count Carthage, the college field. But they have 3 great fields here. Next year they're going to have three high school teams. And I think this is one of the hotbeds in the southeast part of the state for athletics of all kinds, but not just football.
Tremper has won the toss. They will receive. They'll defend the north end zone to our left. Bradford in the white uniforms will defend the south end zone here tonight. No sale of tickets here on site. This was all pre-sold all week long, so it is technically a sellout here tonight, and it will be about maybe 3,500 or so, close to 4,000 will be in attendance for this one here tonight. They had over 6,000 for the playoff meeting between these two teams last year.
Yeah, the crowd is evidence of what's going to happen, and I think there's a lot of interest. And we'll see if Tremper can get off to a good start. I think that would really help them. Bradford, I think, would have to be the favorite based on their record, and they have played a tougher schedule than Tremper has. Although they have yet to play anybody really tough in the conference. They both played Case. They had similar scores with Case, if that's any kind of a measuring stick right at this point.
Hey, you look at Bradford's schedule. They opened up against Milwaukee Riverside, whom we will see in a couple of weeks against Bradley Tech. They knocked off Hudson, and really I think the surprise is the shutout of Franklin 2 weeks ago. Everybody kind of looked at that matchup based on last year's game that we did on My 24, and that was going to be a high-scoring affair. I don't think anybody thought either team would get shut out in that game, let alone Bradford posting the goose egg.
Well, Bradford's very tough on defense. I did see them practice this week, and they have one of the best defenses we've seen in the 2 years we've been doing this, and I think that'll probably be in evidence tonight. Franklin is not the team that they were last year. They're not the offensive team. They're certainly strong on defense. They shut out Marquette, but that's where that stands now.
Let's set the offensive unit here for the Trojans. We talked about Zach Miles in our opening tonight, the left tackle. He's the captain of that offense. Tony Shira, good one at center, and then Newberry and Shulsky rounding out that offensive line. We talk about the backs and receivers. Again, Michael Anderson, his second start, and Tony O'Gelly out with the bruised knee, so he will get the start at running back here tonight. He will be a key to keep an eye on, although Aaron Bubin is a fine one, too. This is his first year in football, and he's been a baseball player here the last couple of years.
That's what Coach Matrice told me, that his first year out, he's going to get a baptism tonight and his first chance to play in a big game.
There you get a look at Frank Matrice. 1 win away from that magic 100 mark, and you heard Coach Davies in the pregame talk up all the good things that Frank does here at Tremper High School, and he is one of the good guys.
He comes by that naturally. I know his father very well, and he's a chip off the old block. I'm sure his dad is here someplace tonight watching the game, and he does it the right way. It's a game. He wants his kids to be good students. I did talk to him at practice the other day. He talked to actually a couple of his players, very nice young men, very respectful, and it was really a pleasure to watch him practice.
Well, Witkowski has it teed up. Eric Witkowski, who does the place kicking for the Bradford Red Devils. They're in the white uniforms. Tremper in the dark jerseys. We're set for a Thursday night Civil War here tonight between Bradford and Tremper in Kenosha. Anderson, Peavy, and Bianen standing deep, the triangle back there. It's been hyped for a week. Standing room only crowd here at Amici Field, and we are just about set to bring you high school football week number 5. Bukowski kicks it away. It's going to drift to the